This is a Scoop with Coop. I'm your host, Coop, and we back again, baby. But today, I'm with Midnight Hype. I got Cam, and I also have E.
Hey, man, what it do? Coop, didn't I tell you to turn that TV on?
How far?
Yep.
Right now?
He the GOAT.
You sick.
He number one.
You crazy.
Some of them don't got the eye for it.
I feel like both of y'all are being a little disrespectful with all the respect to the champs thing. You see 2 to 3 people a game trying to block you? People don't understand the impact. Both of those two teams, they're not moving me. Because it's about to get real juicy. It's about to get juicy.
First, I need to talk about the word disrespect because this whole NBA offseason, I want to touch that first, bro. The most disrespect I've seen in a while. So I just wanted to know who has been disrespected this NBA offseason. You just need to get something off your chest.
Well, you give me yours first. And then I'll come back around. Or I'll go last. You give me, but I'm gonna let somebody else go first. But I got to more briefly.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go first. Mine, they are lucky he just got traded before I made this video. Because if he wasn't traded, if he wasn't given a contract, I was gonna lose it. Because he was being treated like a bum. Okay? My most disrespected player this offseason is Colin Sexton. What I don't like is we treating Colin Sexton like he's some bum after he missed a season of being hurt. This is a dude, his best season averaged 24 points per game. And in my opinion, looking at people who just got deals like Jalen Brunson getting 26 a year, in my eyes, he's never been better than Young Bull. I don't care what happened last playoff run. I'm really not a big fan of what happened with the Dallas Mavericks and what he did. Colin Sexton is a lot better than Jalen Brunson. I'm here to say that, get that off the record. And to say that the best deal the Cavs could bring forward for Sexton's $13 million per year is pretty disrespectful. With his new deal in the trade, he got $16 million per year, and it's going to increase 5% each year. But Colin Sexton is being treated like a bum, and I don't like it at all.
That's not a bad answer. I think him and Jalen Brunson on the same level.
I ain't gonna say level.
Mine is a little more mainstream, and it's not even just this offseason. It kind of started in the playoffs, and it's KD. I think people kind of forget who he is, right? And they put too much stock in what happened in the Boston series, right? Like, if we're going to be honest, Boston was the better team, like, straight up. So I expected the Nets to lose. I know a lot of the world didn't, but I did. So to really count him out and act like he's not still him, I'm kind of confused by, like, he was running around with role players and Kyrie was kind of, whatever. But once they get back healthy and they get to rolling, the Nets, they're going to be tough. Like, KD is still him. So,
but look at this. Last season, we went from putting him on a pedestal, saying he's the greatest in the world, to him having one bad series in which he didn't even play extremely terrible, but his team overall was like, it was horrible. They had no chance.
Yeah. He had to be a playmaker and a scorer, and that's kind of not really what he is. So but that's how recency bias. They forget.
Okay.
But the series before that, he was giving Giannis 48 and 40, and come on, let's not forget.
I feel it.
I think for me, mine's probably gonna be mainstream too. I think mine. It comes down to two people because I hear this particular person's name come up way too often in general. I haven't. You said this offseason. I haven't heard it so much this offseason, but Trae Young for sure. This is all the time. I'm a Trae Young fan. I'm not a Trae Young fanatic like E. E thinks he's the best point guard in the league. I disagree. But Trae Young is definitely a walking 30 and 10 on a nightly basis. I think those numbers regressed this season with DeJounte Murray there. But Trae Young is instant offense. He's Showtime. He's prime time. Now I know he had a terrible Miami series, but that was just an overall bad matchup for him. I think next year, you see now that he has more help, so to speak, as far as playmaking goes. I think you can see him just taking more shots off the ball, and I think we see Trae Young in a different light this upcoming season. But the other one I want to talk about is James Harden. James Harden is coming off a grade 2 hamstring injury. This is the same man that was giving you 30 and 12 every night when he was at the Houston Rockets. He's in a different role.
Still him.
He was recovering from injury. James Harden is still him. He's getting older. I don't think there's anything. He might have lost a step slower, but I think he's the same James Harden, and I think that I've seen his workout videos, and he's been focused on his rehab, and I think we see a similar James Harden this season to what we were all accustomed to seeing when he was in Houston.
Yeah, I agree with that.
James Harden is still definitely that guy, and with them coming back, adding pieces to their roster, I think they're going to be a problem. Him having a familiar face on his team, PJ Tucker, coming into that role, along with Daniel House being a good role player, I think that'll assist James Harden this season. But all in all, the disrespect is mad crazy.
I'm going to give you a third, Coop.
Okay.
That man.
Is this like an honorable mention?
No, this is that.
Oh.
To this day, he's still getting disrespected, and there shouldn't be no slander on his name.
It could only be one person, dog.
Dirty 30.
30.
Nobody's disrespectful.
I don't think he's getting any disrespect, dog.
No.
The most disrespect you might hear from him is him being on the all-time list, bro. I don't think.
Yeah, before the playoffs, yeah, nah. But after that series, he just had nah.
Bro, people are still trying to solidify who Steph Curry is in all time.
I think that's more so respect, though, dog.
Because I think they're putting him on a different level now. That's what it is.
He's jumped into that different tier.
Yeah. They're trying to put him into the Kobe conversations now. He wasn't in that before, and now he's kind of in that. So,
I'm not gonna say
they know better. I'm not saying he's better than Kobe, but I'm saying he's now in that conversation.
He should have been in that conversation.
No, he shouldn't have.
I don't know about Ben, but
no, he shouldn't have.
He's in it now.
Did I know he was gonna be in it eventually? Yes, because I still have him being the greatest point guard of all time. Whether you want to say it or if you want to say it right now or not, when it's all said and done, he's gonna go down as the greatest point guard of all time.
I say Ben, I don't mean in the last 5 years with this dynasty run. I mean the last couple years.
Yeah.
With Kate, when KD's last year there, that conversation should have been had. He was
that guy.
That man. He's that guy. He's him.
For sure.
So
now
I see people trying to play Steph Curry here, there, and to me that's disrespectful. So I just had to throw his name in. So if you want to call it an honorable mention, we'll call it an honorable mention. But that's them my three.
Okay.
Trae, Harden.
Okay.
I know you said one.
Nobody's going to like this one when I say it, but I'm going to do an honorable mention here, and it's going to be Russell Westbrook. I think people are disrespecting Russell Westbrook as far as his overall career legacy. Them saying him getting older and he needs to develop a shot. Okay, yeah, that's very cool. That's very reasonable. That's just a reasonable opinion and being a basketball fan and being knowledgeable. But people saying that Russell Westbrook is trash and that this and this and that. Did he have a terrible season? Yes. But still, compared to a lot of people in the NBA, he's still a lot better. I saw a trade rumor the other day talking about Russell Westbrook and for Conley, and the Lakers have to add a first. And when has Mike Conley been better than Russell Westbrook? I just don't understand it. I don't understand it.
So I don't think it's so much. I don't think it's so much the fact that that Mike Conley is better than Russell Westbrook. I think right now where Russ is at and where he's been with the Lakers and kind of even with Washington, I think that so with Russ, I think it was only a matter of time for him to regress. Personally, I think when you display that level of athleticism for so long, you have to eventually come down. I mean, Russ was jumping out the gym, like with nobody could keep up with Russ speed wise. Nobody could, he's banging body bags at the basket, dunking on people. So I mean, like that's an elite level of athleticism. And I think when you regress so much and you depend on your athleticism and you don't have that consistent jumper and you're not playing defense consistently, that's gonna make your stock go down. And so for Mike Conley, he's more of a guy. He's more of a traditional point guard. He also has a jump shot as opposed to Russell Westbrook, and he plays. I think he plays better defense. So I don't think it's so much as player wise. I think it's more so a personnel thing. And for a lot of teams in the NBA, I think that at the end of the day, once players get to a certain age or a certain level or a certain point in their career, you focus more so on personnel for your team. Or at least I would imagine as a GM, you focus more so on the personnel of your team than player names.
I can feel it 100%, but I think a lot of people are like just discrediting how great of a playmaker Russell Westbrook is. Even when he was in Washington, he made a lot of those young dudes around him better. They were winning games. But looking at the Lakers team last year with them having zero shooting, him being a playmaker was kind of out of the picture because nobody's knocking down shots. Did he have a problem turning over the ball? Definitely. So I can't sugarcoat that, but Russell Westbrook is still that guy. He's still that guy.
No,
How long ago?
He definitely had his better.
Oh yeah.
How long ago was Washington?
Just 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
2 seasons ago.
He was that bad this season?
Yes.
He was terrible this season. We're not even gonna debate that.
Why?
Compared to the Russell Westbrook we've seen.
Right. So we're comparing him to him.
Yes. That's what you have to do.
Okay. So he's still better than a lot of point guards.
Yes, that's my problem. That's my problem.
Okay.
That's my real issue.
So we're good. He's still 9-10 point top 10. So that's cool.
Oh, top 10 for sure.
Okay.
Top
So
10
I'm confused. What's the problem?
Top 10 for
18,
sure.
9, and 9. What's the problem? Mike Conley struggling to give you 10. What are we talking about?
Mike Conley did have a down year as well.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
But as far as personnel goes, like I said, once again, I think Mike Conley brings more to.
And we gotta understand what Russ was playing with, bro.
No shooters, bro.
Brian AD were hurt.
If you can't play your
Austin
game
Reeves and
within a team, what good are you doing for your team? It don't matter who.
I don't care what point guard you put on that roster. They're not gonna do what they normally do.
That's fine. That's because they're playing LeBron James. But
No. When LeBron was not there, who was the second best player? No LeBron, AD. Who's the second best player behind Westbrook?
Behind
Malik
Westbrook?
Monk?
Yeah, Malik Monk or Melo.
They were bad, bro.
Okay. Come on, bro.
Melo's past the latter half of his career.
That's why I said Malik Monk or Melo.
That's bad.
Either or is not. That's not a good
That's
answer.
bad.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, but
So I'm not gonna blame Westbrook like everybody else. You gotta look at the whole circumstance, bro.
nah, everybody got a part to play.
He's
I'm
to blame,
I'm not dragging
but
Westbrook in the mud like everybody in the world. I'm just holding him accountable for being Westbrook.
I mean that's fine. But when you got Malik Monk, Austin Reeves, Dwight Howard, like Trevor Ariza, like what? I mean, what can you do? Like, come on,
Horton Tucker.
there's only so much.
You got to take over. You got to be that Westbrook and OKC at that
A
point.
season ago, the Warriors won like 20 games.
They did.
I mean,
Lakers didn't have a
okay.
turnaround season this year.
Okay, so I
I
mean,
expect them to make a couple. I mean,
when you don't have your pieces, you're gonna look
they
bad.
realize whether he's there or not. They just have if that organization wants to get over the top right now, they have to make a couple more moves with the pieces they do have. Do they have many assets? No, not really. But it's a couple moves like
No, not
if
at
you
all.
want to get over the top, if you want to compete with still having LeBron James on your team, which you have to do. You have to win now if you have LeBron. You got to make a couple more moves before the season starts.
Yeah, we gotta make something shake for sure. Because the West is getting better, the East is getting better.
Oh, for sure.
Tough.